Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where you see the final score there. 28-21, the final score. From there, let's head to the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, to check in on the Broncos. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. A touchdown right there for Phillip Lindsay. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And it was the visiting Chicago Bears who come away with the victory. 34-24, the final score. In the game you're watching, it's who else? Tom Brady with a strong first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset, but typically halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. From the 38, Rodgers. And Lewis has it, the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that. But it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
Yeah, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. On is the punter, Scott, here as he gets this one away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Set him back 5.
Still 2nd down.
Back near his goal line. Here's Brady.
Tom Brady sacked.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd.
Working from the gun. Rodgers throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Chester Rogers that time, but now it'll be 3rd down.
3rd down and 4.
From the gun, Rodgers. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. On 1st down, Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones. Not much there, only a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
12 yards there and a 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Here's Jones. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 13-yard line. That's the end of the 3rd.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
14. Packers nothing.
Operating from the gun, Rodgers. That is caught at the 7-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. The Packers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Zadarius Smith able to get him down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
1st and 10.
They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this?
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Man, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Evans has it left side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He was over 100 receiving last week. He's over 100 now this week as he's got a 1st down as well. Now Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. To me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Adrian Amos with a pick. 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Crosby with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the penalty is Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Now Brady on the bootleg. He'll let one go deep for Howard. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Airing this one out for Evans. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size.
And now look at him go. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Touchdown, Buccaneers.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And his kick is good. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And this is caught at the 8. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Rodgers to throw once more. That's complete right around the 8. And the Packers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And the Bucs are on this one. And that should just about do it.
Onside kick is recovered.
They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Brady going to throw here. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Bucs, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Packers, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.